What was the reason that your parents introduced you to Osho?
It was my father. He said, what you will learn from this man, you won't learn for 5 lifetimes.
God is the greatest lie invented by man.
Why?
Because
He used to read 12, 15 volumes a day.
A day?
A day. Bhagwan's ideology,
Was not acceptable to the Christian community.
yeah.
even Jesus on the cross was waiting for the help to come. And finally, got disappointed and shouted.
It is a rare diamond India had.
Was he a genius?
Absolutely.
He was a genius, right?
He was a genius. Bhagwan was attacked by Shiv Sena. I suggest, Bhagwan, why don't we go to US? US Constitution will protect our rights. Wrong. I was wrong.
This podcast is with Ma Anand Sheela, the ex-secretary of Osho, Rajneesh as we fondly call him. She's alive and kicking and does wonderful work even today. Let's hear her out. So we'll begin with, I really want to know about your parents.
About my
Parents. Your parents, your mother, your father, your family.
parents.
Who were they? What sort of family life you all had? Your siblings?
My parents are beautiful, noble, loving, ahead of their time.
Looks like that's what I'm wondering.
Very much ahead of their time. We were 6 siblings,
Okay.
and father, mother saw to it that we get every type of training.
Mm-hmm.
My father said, all of you have to have sport,
Okay.
because when you grow up, you have to have strong bones. So we were encouraged for sports, swimming, and moving in that direction. He wanted us to be educated. He wanted us to have as much information and education as that was available around.
Wow.
And he sent us to US at a young age to study.
Which year would that be?
I went in 68.
Wow.
And before we traveled, he took time in giving us the understanding how our thought processes should be.
What did he say?
For example, my father, when he sent me, night before, he set me and my sister, who is 3 years older than me or 2 years older than me, we went together. So he set us both together and said, you both are going to be few years older now. And it is important that you understand sexuality.
That's a father telling the daughter, huh?
Yeah. Do not allow violence. Do not get married to the first person you meet.
Wow.
You see if the person is compatible. When they are compatible, then move forward and understand your sexuality. That was my father.
Amazing. And this is in 68.
68.
India of 1968.
Eight.
Wow.
And don't be afraid.
Mm.
It was a very normal, very loving relationship with parents. Mother was always feeding us wonderful food.
Mothers, yeah.
Yeah, so loving and caring. She was also prone for to learn a little bit medicine because where their farm was, there were no doctors in that village.
Okay.
And then father asked mother to go with house doctor and learn few
Basic first
and
aid.
the mother, father had a little dispensary. So there too, we came to learn a little bit how to make bandages and things like
First aid, emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in different ways.
Right.
And they were always available when we needed them.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a beautiful, trustworthy, secure place.
The childhood being secure
Yeah.
sets you up for life.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No one can steal that security. We were taught freedom from the very young age, fearlessness from the very young age.
Like in conversation?
In conversation, if you feel no, say it, explain it. Why?
And it was practiced at home?
It was practiced by father, mother. We could say no to both.
Give your explanation why.
Why?
But that dialogue was possible even within the, like there was not that hierarchy of.
No, in fact, encouraged.
To break that hierarchy.
Right.
Okay. But that is, yeah, that's what I was thinking, that every time I hear that your parents took you to Osho, I thought it was, this has to be a differently wired parents, nothing to do with Osho, not that. But like in India, typically it would be like, padhai karo, school jao, go to college, get married. That would be a normal regime.
The last part was never a theme in our house.
Get married and
Get married.
make family.
Some relatives would be offended that the girls, we were 4 girls, all getting old and nobody's looking for husbands. And they would bother my mother, the relatives. No?
Yeah.
My mother says, go talk to their father. Don't bother me. Right. And my father would say to them, am I getting married or the girls are going to get married?
Keep passing the buck to everybody.
The girls have to find their own
What can I do?
suitable person.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how it was. Very clear.
Then they came to you sisters, the relatives, and asked you, why aren't you get married?
Yeah, they bothered us of different things, like they call me sort of tomboy, climbing trees and so. And they would say, look at you, tane sharam nathi avti? ના મને શરમ નથી મારું ઘર છે મારા બાપનું ઘર છે મને શરમ નથી.
Yeah.
Our
But that
trees.
confidence to speak was a home environment.
Yeah.
You can't do that if your parents tell you to shh, don't talk like that. You can't.
Absolutely, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. Like, there's so many do's and don'ts that as parents, we stop our children. Say, no, it doesn't look nice. And then.
But we had fun.
Wow.
We had a lot of fun. Now, too, the siblings which are alive, we meet regularly and travel together. And we talk only about Baba Puji, nothing else.
Wow.
And it's not planned, it is just
happens like that.
comes out.
That's your father.
Because as we were, Baba Puji both,
Okay.
as we were growing up, after we all found our own profession, we were very occupied with that. Nobody bothered nobody. But now we are all retired.
Free. Yeah.
So we take time and we talk about Baba Puji and how wonderful it was.
So that's also amazing that all of you siblings had the same experience of them.
Right, we did. And we all, when we get together, we become young.
Oh.
How we were. If I'm
younger
sitting, my brother is passing by, he will give one, or I would go.
Nudge him. Yeah.
You know, the same attitude and same. And still we can carry on intellectual conversation.
Because everybody's well read.
Yeah, everybody's has been grown up and
experienced life, been in different experiences, not led a very linear path.
And there is no fight.
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, between siblings.
It is really, we respect each other.
Wonderful. And so what was the reason or what was the context that your parents introduced you to Osho?
It was my father. He said, what you will learn from this man, you won't learn for 5 lifetimes.
Wow. So he knew about his teachings.
I am quoting his words.
What you will learn from him, you will never learn it in 5 lifetimes.
Right.
And do you think that that happened?
Absolutely. And I would go a step further. People who criticize Bhagwan, they only show their ignorance.
Half knowledge.
Even half not.
Even not half.
It is total ignorance.
Ignorance, like not wanting to know enough?
Not knowing
or just gossiping?
They don't have ability to recognize a diamond when they see it. It is a rare diamond India had.
Absolutely. His teachings were always ahead of time.
And this is a diamond, you cannot steal it. Koinur, they can steal it and take it to England. But this diamond will remain with his knowledge here.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it takes of whatever I've heard of him, read of him, been in the ashram. It's like most of the time it goes beyond, and then over a period of time, someday it strikes that, oh, this is probably what he was saying.
Right.
And even then it's a probable, because I still don't get a feeling that I've
Understood
fully got it.
But you don't have to intellectually fully understand. You feel the man in your heart, and he gives you complete knowledge there.
It's the faith.
Yeah.
Trust him, faith him. When did you join Osho? Which year would that be, approximately?
72.
Okay, I was not even born, so fine. But
1972.
okay, this is before my birth. But other part that amazes me is how you have handled your professional life. Like all the things that we seem to have heard about the times are huge. Are huge. Like Osho is big. right?
Definitely big.
Big, right?
Very big.
He's very big. And the person behind him is you. Yeah, whether it's India. And what amazes me even more is you went to US and created a city. Who creates a city?
I don't know, but that was his dream. And I was in love
How did
with
you do
him.
it? Dream. I dream. I don't dream about going on the moon. Nobody makes it happen for me. How did you do
Well,
it?
I didn't make it happen.
Okay.
I just went with the flow.
That's modesty. That's a lot of modesty.
But that is the truth.
Yeah.
Often people ask me, how could you have done so much?
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Really?
Ask whoever gave me that energy to do it.
Energy,
And
yes.
it happened. Somewhere I got lucky.
Things happened, worked out.
Yeah.
Mm.
And crises
Mm.
have been very good for me because crisis brought the urgency, understanding, and ability to find a way. They say crises are the mother of invention. And I have literally lived that.
Crisis of what levels?
Right? But look, when I came out of prison, and I had to get back to my normal self. I had no time to place sympathy. I had no time to, oh, poor me, or I become depressive or non-depressive, or what the world will say.
Yeah.
I was very clear. My parents have suffered more, my imprisonment, than me. And I don't want them to die feeling one of their child had suffered.
It's huge for parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can I erase that pain in their heart? The way I erase it is getting back on my feet again, hold my head up, and move forward. That's what my father would say to me. That's what my father I had taught us when we were young. And that's what I did. I created.
He thought to, if there is a crisis, he thought that just keep moving.
Right. We have also seen in young age difficult moments father, mother had. And it was never an issue. It has to come over. For example, my sister Meera, she got into a car accident, 7 days in coma, doctors have given up. My father said, nobody is going to take it as a tragedy. This is how it is, and we are going to sail through it. And she lives even today at the age of 82 with me.
My God. Faith.
Yeah.
Just like not giving in.
No, you got to move forward. And crisis is where you learn.
Why do you still carry the title of Ma Anand Sheela?
It was given by my lover.
So you just hold it like that.
Right.
Perfect. I was wondering that when you were with Osho, and I'd heard in some of the interviews that that people were not very supportive in India, which is why you all decided to move to US. Is that correct?
Here, it was an emergency rule that time.
Indira Gandhi's time.
Indira Gandhi.
Okay.
And there was another prime minister before also was had an emergency rule.
Okay.
So we could not buy or sell land.
Okay.
Nobody could sell us. We could not buy it. And one could have bought it and paid later or some agreement. It was not possible because sellers were all very greedy. They tell you one price today, tomorrow you give them answer yes, price is doubled, tripled. I was involved in this process, so I know
it was really happening.
It was really happening. And Pune was overcrowded. We could not expand anymore because of emergency. We couldn't buy there. But otherwise, people didn't have apartments to rent or so, where we could
expand.
The foreigners who were coming on a daily basis, they had no place to stay. People were getting sick from, they're not used to the Indian bacterias and whatnot.
Sure.
So that's when one day I suggested, I had the opportunity and I said to Bhagwan, why don't we go to US? There is
you suggested.
US Constitution will protect our rights. Wrong. I was wrong. Constitution did not protect us.
What does that mean?
Freedom of speech. The Oregon did not allow us to live. First Amendment rights were not allowed. They forgot their constitution. They took us as foreigners.
So it doesn't apply to you.
And they wanted to kick us out.
And that was purely because in their records it was foreigners, or they just didn't approve?
They see foreigners coming and going from Rajneesh Puram.
Yeah.
Oregonians don't like Californians even coming to Oregon.
So it's like this me in my corner, close-knit thing.
Close community.
Oh, so then it must have been a big thing for them that people from India have come and
not
made
just India, Germany, Italy, all over the world.
Yeah, like Osho being Indian, like that. I mean, somebody from a complete foreigner background.
And we were foreign.
Yeah.
Our ideology was not accepted by these Christian thumpers, Bible thumpers.
I've often heard you say that you followed and did everything as Bhagwan told you to.
Right.
In your professional capacity, right? So very curious. How did he train you? What did he train you? Because that's like a leadership MBA to anybody, you know?
I was a fine arts student.
Okay.
I had nothing
Artist.
to... artist, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God.
I had no affinity with politics. I had no affinity with
management leadership.
Or
oh
any.
My God. Oh my God.
And here I am. One day Bhagwan declares me his secretary.
Okay.
I said, Bhagwan, I can't read, write.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. So he said, you just do as I tell you, Sheela. That was my message. And it was intuitive. I do as he tells me. Where I have a conflict or I don't understand, I bring it to him. I say, how do I do that?
Okay.
I learned with him how to do his publications.
Okay.
I learned how to set up a kitchen to serve coffee, tea, and feed sandwiches.
Okay.
That I knew how to do.
Yeah.
So,
but at that scale,
yeah,
probably, yeah.
whatever was needed, I dealt with it. If I didn't know it or I couldn't find the resource within my reach, then I would ask him, how do I do it? When we moved Bhagwan out of India, we didn't want all foreigners packing their bag and come behind us right away. So it was upon me to figuring out how can we do it. And it had to be done without words, quietly. I had to be very aware of his safety.
But what could have been a security issue?
Well, Bhagwan was attacked by Shiv Sena few months before.
Oh, so if they got to know that he's leaving the country, then it would have been okay. Just something
It
could
was that time what was going on here in politics. We had to watch out there in politics.
Yeah, and you could just rub anybody wrong way for almost doing nothing, but you don't want to take the chance.
Important thing is that we all have enough common sense, but we do not use it and optimize it.
What do we do with that common sense?
When you have common sense, you can solve problems.
So much. But what do you think? Most of us don't use that common sense. Why?
Why? Because we're lazy, maybe. We're afraid to take the responsibility, maybe.
I agree.
I was in Nepal, they asked me what is life? I said, for me, life is making right choice on a crossroad. You come to a crossroad. Now which way you're going to move will teach you.
Right.
I had a choice to have depression,
Totally.
misery, or move forward. And bear in mind what people say has no value.
Totally.
People will say what they want to say.
Regardless, yeah.
You just move forward. And my mother always said, it is better to burn your hand than your heart.
We learn one by our environment of what the world teaches us.
Right.
Do this, do that, And there's another part which we observe and soak it in, which nobody is really saying, but I decide that this looks nice, this feels good, this is correct. So there are probably two patterns by which human beings learn, right? You are definitely the person who listens to yourself a lot more. How to build this ability?
By being honest with yourself. You have to be ruthlessly honest with yourself. Very simple example. Fashion is a big event in today's world.
Yeah.
People wear clothing And because it's a big brand name, they don't even recognize, do they look good in it or not?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel one should close eyes and not look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So such a simple event.
Yeah.
Because we want to show the world that I'm wearing a brand name.
Yeah.
Or the brand that is very popular. But where is your popularity for yourself?
And where are you in that brand?
Exactly. And is it comfortable?
Yeah. Is it suiting you? Is it comfortable? So that's being dishonest.
Right.
To your own self.
Right. And every corner where you feel that was dishonest, stop it, drop it, and move forward.
But the stopping is tough, ma'am. Like, because when you're in a flow of a relationship, a commitment, a job, a faith, anything, you're invested in it, right? And you get certain ideas that it's not working out, it's not good. But is it really possible to put a stop to it the moment you figure it out? Because we're emotionally invested in it.
You are emotionally invested. You have made many compromises to hold on to it.
Yeah.
But you know you can't hold on. It's going to slip away. So it is better to understand it and make changes as quickly as possible. You have to think of few practicalities of your own.
Yeah.
You don't have to become street person right away, but possibility is there.
So, in the process of wanting to learn leadership from you, I was wondering, what's your view on power?
Power, you normally don't need to use it, but if the moment is there and you have to use it carefully. Simple example, one of your worker makes a simple mistake and you come and you yell at him like I have seen many times people all over
Shout
and they're shouting and they're abusing. Don't put people down under any circumstances. Don't humiliate them. And that is the real test if you have power or not. If you have power, you will never do it. But if you think you have power and then you want to present it by yelling at somebody, to me, this is a low mentality.
Actually, the person could be way more insecure.
Right.
Than being powerful.
Definitely, they're not powerful. And this I had learned from Bhagwan. When he made me a secretary, he told me two things. Sheela, I am making you envy of the world. I'm putting you in a position of envy of the world. Don't fall for that trap. There was one. And then he said a story about Zen master who was traveling with his disciple through the jungle. Zen master was blind.
Okay.
And somebody stops in the middle. They were walking through the jungle. And this person was quite, hey, blind man, show me the way out of this jungle. I'm lost, but with massive authority. Zen master tells him the way. They go forward. There comes another person.
Okay.
He was a bit more polite. He said, sir, I am lost. Can you please show me the way out? And then they walk further and there is another person. I said, with lot of respect, please show me the way out. In the evening, he's sitting with his disciple, and he said the first one was a soldier who had no authority. Second was the prime minister who
had an authority.
Little. And the third one, the king of the...
Had all the authority.
All the authority. And people with authority know their authority.
Beautiful. Have you ever felt fear?
No.
Kabhi nahi.
No.
So even in prison, you never felt fear?
No. No.
You were calm.
I am as I am. Even when in Rajneeshpuram, somebody had attacked me and grabbed me with my throat, some crazy person.
Oh my God.
And was...
Suffocating.
People thought that I will die today, on that day. And I looked at him, tried to talk something. There is... Nobody has spoken about this event up till now. In any...
Yeah, not heard it.
First time I remember it. And everybody, the state police, other people are there, and nothing. And I just then left it. I left it. I said, okay, you want to kill me? Kill me. So. And then he asked for water.
The person who attacked you?
Who? I'm still in his grip. He was like a gorilla, big man. And when his mouth was foaming, so I heard water. So then I said, somebody bring him water, please. And they came and carefully gave him water.
That's when he left you?
Then he left me.
Was he a genius?
Absolutely.
He was a genius, right?
He was a genius. Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
The kind of things that he talks about, where does it come from?
Photographic.
Yes.
Photographic mind.
Captures everything.
Captures everything.
And then processes it really minutely.
And if you want to know the example of it, when he comes in front of his audience, he looks from one side to the other side, and he almost knows who is in the audience.
Scans
Yeah,
deeply. So he observes life, environment, everything around him with that depth.
right. You have seen famous pictures of people lying and he's driving.
Yeah. Yeah, there is
And
always that gaze, the slow motion gaze. There's always that turns very slowly.
There he picks up people that he has interest in it or something, and he would ask me when we work in the evening, Sheela, is this and this person here?
And he would describe by the physical attributes or whatever he remembers.
Or the name from
But
the
how would you
past.
match? You also remembered everybody.
No, I don't. No. That is one of my problems now. I forget names.
Memory.
Yeah.
So he would give you some like description.
Yeah.
And then you would go and find that person.
And I would find out.
My God. Tough boss.
Yeah.
It's like tough to be with somebody who has that kind of a memory.
Yeah.
Oh God. Thank God I wasn't there.
No, but it was remarkable. I enjoyed watching him and trying to adapt small things. He was a vivacious reader. I know I have schlepped his books from US when I would travel and brought them. He used to read 12, 15 volumes a day.
A day?
A day. And his personal library with 150,000 books.
150,000 books?
Books.
Oh, seriously. If he was in the time of artificial intelligence,
you don't need artificial intelligence.
He would have.
We didn't. We built a city when there were no telephones.
That's what. I mean, communication to that level in a foreign land, here to construct a house in India, it takes us 5 years.
Minimum.
Minimum to build a 2-bedroom apartment.
Right.
And you guys build that, I don't know, that I think I can never theoretically really get it. Had to be there. What are those few myths or misconceptions or just requests or just orders that you want to put it out there for people who are interested in you?
People who are interested in me should be aware that I speak my reality. They can ask me their mundane questions of scandals. I'm part of Bollywood also, so my scandals are more important to them than anything else.
Yeah.
They don't interest me. I have taken responsibility of my team when they do something wrong. It doesn't matter. We all have gone through the imprisonment. Now this theme has to come in end.
Yeah.
But people are also, they don't have any other ideas than scandals. Their life is too boring and dull.
I know. Yeah, no, I mean, that's my request as well. Please just stop looking for scandals and just like, I mean, I've come down here to listen to you from who you are. Like, I'm just curious about who is this person? What is she made up of?
Hard material.
Very hard material. Great. Thank you. I had these questions of how do you think? What do you choose? What are your parameters to make some decisions? Because it really inspires me. I honestly don't know, and I don't care about your backstory. What really amazes me is that you could do that.
What amazes me that I sit here and still talk about it.
That's true. I speak my reality. That is what she said. Wow. ये पॉडकास्ट मैंने जिस इंटेंशन से चालू किया था कि ये इंसान कौन है, ये लेडी कौन है, ये एक्चुअली में उतनी ट्रांसपेरेंट हैं जितनी महसूस होती हैं कि नहीं, वो इस एक लाइन में समराइज हो गया व्हेन शी सेज अगेन दैट शी स्पीक्स हर रियलिटी. उनको कोई गलत बोलने का, मिन्स करने का कोई शौक़ नहीं है, उनको किसी से कोई डर नहीं है. शी इज़ एब्सोल्युटली फियरलेस. शी लिव्स हर ओन लाइफ एट हर ओन टर्म्स. एंड एब्सोल्युटली जब मैं उनके साथ फेस टू फेस बैठ के बात कर रही थी, इतने घंटे स्पेंड कर रही थी, आई अश्योर यू शी इज़ वॉट शी सेज. वेरी वेरी इम्प्रेसिव पर्सन. सो ऐसे ये जो इतने बहादुर लोग होते हैं ना, जो एक्चुअली अपनी चॉइस से चीज़ें कर पाते हैं, और चॉइस तो ठीक है बट उसके बाद इतनी बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ें कर पाते हैं. आई एम ऑलवेज अ फैन ऑफ दिस पर्सन. अब उसके बाद लीगल इलीगल ऑल दैट, लाइक शी ऑल्सो सेज कि भाई अगर कुछ किया था या कुछ हुआ था या कुछ मिसकन्फ्यूजन हुआ था तो उन्होंने प्रिजन झेल चुकी हैं वो. सो शी हैज़ सर्व्ड हर थिंग. नाउ वी, यू एंड आई, वी हैव नो राइट टू कीप टॉकिंग अबाउट इट एंड कीप जजिंग दैट. सो इट्स आउट ऑफ द वे. शी इज़ सुपर इम्प्रेसिव and I really, really recommend that everybody listens to this really transparent and powerful person. और ऐसे ही opinionated, unapologetic लोगों की बातें करूँ. So I want to insist that you watch 2 podcasts. Mr. Iqbal Chand Malhotra, who is an author of several books. He is almost an expert, but at least a very well-read person on geopolitics. He speaks his mind. He does his research. He does not mince his word. Politics के साथ खेलते हैं, but fearlessly talks about exactly how he sees it. You must watch it if India matters to you. Second is Himanshu Jain. A fan of BJP and RSS. Nothing to do, no position, nothing in BJP. But वो जिन्होंने support किया है, believe करते हैं RSS की और BJP की ideology में, और बिल्कुल भी unabashed हैं, बिल्कुल unapologetically support करते हैं, और उनके पास उनके एक validation से logic है. मैंने बहुत तरीके से उनको ये बोला, ये क्यों करती है सरकार, वो क्यों करती है सरकार, ऐसे क्यों करते हैं. He had his research and his answers in place. मानो तो मानो, नहीं मानो तो मत मानो, बट सुनो ज़रूर. बिकॉज हैविंग एन ओपिनियन मीन्स यू हैव कम फ्रॉम अ रिसर्च, देन हैव एन ओपिनियन. दैट्स अ गुड प्लेस टू बी इन. सो आई होप यू एन्जॉय इट, एंड आई होप कि हमारे 50+ एपिसोड्स जो हो गए हैं फ्लर्टिंग विद द फिश के, दे हैव एडेड रियल वैल्यू टू योर लाइफ. अगर कुछ टॉपिक्स हैं या कुछ स्पीकर्स हैं जिनके बारे में आप इंडल्ज करना चाहते हैं एंड वी कैन हेल्प to get them to you, please leave us a comment and tell us, and we will make sure that it comes to you. Keep enjoying.